Welcome to the Martha Bassett Show, coming to you from the historic Reeves Theater in Elkin, North Carolina, a home for music in the heart of the foothills. The Martha Bassett Show features national artists, local talent, and the music of Martha Bassett and the band. Tonight on the show, we welcome Kaminer The Wistfuls, Simba Baumgartner and Adrien Marco, and Shay, Lovette. It's a great night with some of the finest music you'll hear anywhere. So let's get it started with a song by the Texas troubadour, Ernest Tubb. I've been looking high and low for my baby.
In town, everybody tells me that I'm crazy to let some pretty woman get me down. I'm looking high and low for my baby. I've gotta find that gal again somehow. I'm looking high and low for my baby. She's the only to me now. Drake. Deshaun. I'm looking high and low for my baby. It seems are all run over. No woman made me feel like this before. I'm looking high and low for my baby, for I know that gal is still right here in town. Before I quit looking for that woman, I'm gonna turn this whole dirt city upside down. Our first guest tonight was one of our very first guests on season 1, and it's so good to finally have him back. Shay Lovette is from Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and you can hear the influence of his natural surroundings in his beautifully crafted songs. Shay's most recent recording, an EP called True As They Come, came out in 2024. He's joined tonight by multi-instrumentalist Aaron Balance on pedal steel and lap steel. Please welcome back Shay Lovette.
Saw yourself in an unforgiving light. Same smile in a different place. Even your name seems to take you by surprise. You're talking to the sky. I could help help you sift through the pieces to the puzzle that you are. Time will try to sway and deceive us. The ties will never be undone. True as they come. You fell into a feeling you couldn't place. Along the bottom where sorrow tends to shine. Learn to love the darker days. Had to trap your fear to free your mind. Said it was hard to find. I could help you sift through the pieces to the puzzle that you are. Time will try to sway and deceive us. The ties will never be undone. True as they come. True as they come. I could help you sift through the pieces to the puzzle that you are. Time will try to sway and deceive us. The ties will never be undone. I could help you sift through the pieces to the puzzle that you are. Time will try to sway and deceive us. The ties will never be undone. True as they come. True as they come. True as they come. Thanks a lot, y'all. We're so happy to be back at the Reeves Theater. Like Martha said, it was such a pleasure several years ago now. Like maybe the first season to be here, and it's just so happy to be back. We love everything about the show. It's just such a fun time. Like she said, we put out an EP last year. We're going to play another song off that EP. This is a song about the fall. This is Dark November. In the mornings we would talk on our customary walks, while the clouds and the coffee began to brew. Yeah, you'd catch me up on things. We'd divvy up our dreams until the blue hour faded on our youth. What a dark November, campfires in our eyes. What a dark November, in the blind curves of our lives. Just a kitchen full of smiles, lining up in single file. Yeah, we'd sit and sing, voices carried on the lake. A decade down the line, over sourwood honey wine, we'd laugh about how life gets in the way. What a dark November, campfires in our eyes. What a dark November, in in the blind curves of our lives. Now we're back here cutting loose in the same canoe, gliding through the copper-colored leaves with some stories up our sleeves. Yeah, they wouldn't believe what a dark November. What a dark November. Looking back, it's brighter. What a dark November in the blind curves of our lives.
Thank you, Shay.
Thank you.
It is so good to have you back.
So happy to be here. It's a pleasure.
So a lot has happened with you since last time you were here. You've played at Merle Fest, on the Watson stage.
Yeah, that
played,
was special. Yeah, the hometown show. Yeah.
I know.
Very cool.
Yeah, but it's not just a hometown show.
True.
Merle Fest is much bigger than that. And Americana Fest, you were there in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, we played last year. Yeah, that was a lot of fun as well. I love Nashville. Can be a dicey place, but we enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, do you have anything exciting coming up this summer?
We do. We actually have a new co-write scheduled for August. And we're expecting. Me and my wife are expecting a little baby girl. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Excited.
Well, I'm sure you will get a guitar or at least a ukulele in her hands early.
Oh, yes. You know it.
Is your wife here tonight?
She is, Juliana. We actually do have a ukulele. I don't know where she is, but hiding. But yeah, we do have a ukulele on the wall, ready to go.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I love this next song that we're going to jump in on. Can you tell us a little bit about it? Where does it come from?
Yeah. This is a story song. I've always found story songs the hardest to write, and they take me the longest, and then I second guess everything. And I was talking with Aaron actually earlier, and for me, songs really aren't even done, and for me until I record them. So it takes putting them permanently, down before we count them as done. And so this one I kept tweaking it even to the very end, but it was inspired by the disappearance of a lady who lived at the Carolina coast. And it was really never, and I think it was used the songwriter's imagination to take her where I hope she ended up.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the name of this one is For Rosemarie. Rosemary says her knees fear the winter. It's a wicked world in a bottle. She's about to hit that throttle, I can see. At a bar across the bay, her sister was a singer, fair-haired and faithful, with eyes that took the sailors out to sea. Now each and every night the world is in a different place. Her mind runs an ancient race. New constellations come to view. They help her make it through. They take her back to you. Skims a Bible in the back room for answers to the questions, looking for the reason to believe. Riding high on gin, yeah, she set out for the station, a paper bag and a water flower. It's getting colder by the hour next to me. Now each and every night, the world is in a different place. Her mind runs an ancient race. New constellations come to view, they help her make it through. They take it back to you. Disappeared into something like the leaves of November. That's how we remember Rosemary. When that starlit sky shines down through the portholes, the sailors stare and wonder, as she made it there, is she finally free? Now each and every night, the world is in a different place. Her mind runs an ancient race. New constellations come to view, they help her make it through. They take her back to you.
This is Shay Martin Lovette. And he will be back.
The Martha Bassett Show is thrilled to partner with Adrien Health, Wake Forest Baptist, the lead sponsor of the Martha Bassett Show. The U.S. News & World Report's 2023 edition of Best Graduate Schools ranked Wake Forest University School of Medicine among the top 50 research programs in the nation. They are the gold standard of healthcare. Wake Forest Baptist Davie Medical Center made the Becker Hospital Review list of top-rated hospitals for patient experience state by state. It's Adrien Health, Wake Forest Baptist, where innovation and compassion meet. And how about Mast General Store? Established in 1883, these folks are family and employee owned. It's Mast General Store, not just a store, a destination. Now, let's get back to the beautiful Reeves Theater stage with Martha and the band.
Before we do this next song, I'd like to give a shout out to two groups in the audience tonight who are joining us for the first time. First, Women Who Wander is here. These women go hiking every week to different trails, and they are Shay Martin Lovette fans. Welcome, Women Who Wander. And we also have with us the Spring Equinox Birthday Party from Wilkesboro, a longtime circle of friends who celebrate birthdays and other happinesses regularly. 4 of them are celebrating their birth months tonight, and they're spending their big night out with us. Y'all give them a big Elkin welcome. All right, this is a Leonard Cohen song.
Maybe I'm still hurting, I can't turn the other cheek, but you know that I still love you. It's just that I can't speak. I look for you in everyone, and they called me on that too. I lived alone, but I was only coming back to you. They're shutting down the factory now, just when all the bills are due, and the fields are under lock and key, though the rain and the sun come through, and springtime starts, but then it stops in the name of something new, and all my senses rise against this coming back to you. And they're handing down my sentence now, and I know what I must do. Another mile of silence while I'm coming back to you. There are many in your life, many still to be. Since you are a shining light, there's many that you'll see. So I gotta deal with envy when you choose the precious few who've left their pride on the other side of coming back to you. Even in your arms, I know I'll never get it right. Even when you bend to give me comfort in the night. So I've gotta have your word on this, or none of it is true. And all I said is just instead of coming back to you. Oh, coming back to you.
Thank you. Simba Baumgartner's grandfather was Lucien Baumgartner, Django Reinhardt's firstborn son, who was himself a master guitarist. Simba began playing guitar at age 4, living the traditional life of a gypsy in central France. As he learned from his elders. At age 11, he played in Monte Carlo for Monaco's royal family. Simba is highly regarded by his peers as one of the greatest gypsy jazz players in the world, carrying on the legacy of his great-grandfather. Adrien Marco is a self-taught, powerful soloist from Burgundy who began playing at age 17, and he discovered the music of Django Reinhardt by chance and has become one of the best representatives of the style on the international scene. These two remarkable musicians are here in North Carolina for a short run of shows together, brought to you by the Piedmont Hot Club. Please welcome Simba Baumgartner and Adrien Marco.
to be there tonight. For us, you know, we come from France, so as you can hear with my accent, sorry. Okay, the next time I will go in the USA, I will practice my accent. The tune we just played now was is called En Voyage. You know what it means, En Voyage? 5 people knows only? It means, yes, travel, you know. So it's from a good friend to us. The name is Samson Schmidt. It's a great master of gypsy jazz music. He lives in a little place in France. It's called Forbach, okay? So remember what I'm saying, because after the show, there is like a test, you know? And everybody, it's good, no pressure, okay? But 40 points only. We will continue with another tune. This is the concept. Which name... comment il s'appelle le morceau? Non, le deuxième. Some of These Days.
Thanks very much. Now we will be more calm, okay? Because we feel you are a little fougueux, as we say in French. So we will travel together, and we will go now in Italy, okay? And we will play your last tune, which is called Come Prima. You know this? You know this. The others, we will make you discover this beautiful tune, Come Prima.
This is Adrien Marco and Simba Baumgartner.
Viva la France! The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by our fine business friends of the show, Bowen Town and Country Furniture, Buckeye Advisors and Buckeye Moving and Storage, and Icon Custom Builders, giving your home transformation through renovation. Buckeye Advisors makes moving seamless with professional and personal assistance, including turnkey services from downsizing and packing to unpacking and complete setup. Their specialties include transitions to retirement communities, preparing homes for market, and connecting to resources to enable independent living at home. It's Buckeye Advisors and Buckeye Moving and Storage for when you need more than a mover. We are also proud to say that the Martha Bassett Show artist accommodations are provided by 3 Trails, part of the Carolina Experience, your boutique hotel, steps from the Reeves Theater. These folks have designed 14 units with a modern flair highlighting the building's architectural history. They also have a rooftop patio, and if you come to the Martha Bassett Show, you get 15% off your stay. Just use promo code MARTHA15. You're listening to the Martha Bassett Show on NPR National Public Radio. What's next, Martha?
Hannah Kaminer comes to us from Asheville, North Carolina, where she's been a big part of the music scene for over a decade. She has 3 albums under her belt. The most recent, called Heavy on the Vine, was released in 2024 with her current band, The Wistfuls. Hannah has been a finalist at Merlefest's Chris Austin Songwriting Contest. She's been written about in the New York Times and has played at WNCW's Studio B sessions, among many other accolades. Please welcome, for the first time on our show, Hannah Kaminer and the Wistfuls.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We were really delighted to be here. Like she said, it's our first time out here, and wow, the hospitality you guys put together here and all the hats that everybody wears to put this show together is amazing. So thank you so much for having us. Our first song we're going to play is a song I wrote about my hometown, Asheville. It's changing a lot, and makes you think really hard about how things should change, how things could change. So I'll play that song for you guys.
I just wanna pay my rent
Food on the table, we shouldn't have to choose between the place that we call home and paying our bills. Oh, say goodbye to old time Asheville, she's headed for the hills. Oh, say goodbye to old time Asheville. Say goodbye. Thank you so much. Well, this is just a real treat for us. I think that, getting to play a historic theater like this and being treated basically like royalty while we're here is so fun. Thank you. And I'm going to tune so this next song sounds good, and Jackson buying me tuning too. I'm going to introduce my band right back here on lap steel, pedal steel, and electric guitar is Asheville's very own Jackson Delaney. Behind me on drums is the inimitable, I'm going to learn how to say that word, inimitable Ross Monsinger. And to my right on bass is Craig Kelberg. Well, we're going to play a song that might be a little bit silly. Might be a little bit dark, might be a little silly. It's kind of some reflections on hookup culture, and I just can't decide what to make of it. So if you're with me, you'll know.
just pull in here right quick and pour myself a stiff one. I'd like to break down right on you, distract me from myself. Gonna bottle all your chaos, keep it on the closest shelf. If I say you're the real deal, can you fix me? I won't pop your bubble if you don't pinch me, 'cause I live in a dream world with no history. Let's just keep what's wrong with us a mystery. Open up the hood, you'll see I barely have an engine. Parts of me fell out, I guess I thought I wouldn't miss them. Tell me you're a handyman, broke down girl mechanic. I believe most any lie, just don't let me panic. If I say you're the real deal, can you fix me? I won't pop your bubble if you don't pinch me, 'cause I live in a dream world with no history. Let's just keep what's wrong with us a mystery. I could have sworn you were good looking. Alcohol and loneliness are altering the cooking. Whatever's being served up on the menu of this mess, I'll take it in a hurry. I'm already taking off my dress. If I say you're the real
much.
Hannah Kaminer and the Wistfuls.
Thank you.
That's a great name, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So, Hannah, I have to ask, because you are the first Asheville artist that I've had on the show since Hurricane Helene and all the flooding. How did you hold up? And tell us about that for you.
Well, I think all the band has had kind of different situations, but for myself, I did lose my job. I had started a business based around tourism right before it, so it didn't really exist after that. But yeah, I think it has been beautiful to see the community come together. It has been beautiful to get to know some neighbors. If you don't know your neighbors, don't wait for a natural disaster. It's good to know them now. And yeah, I think economically we're still definitely trying to recover. I know a lot of musicians do like work in the service industry, food and beverage, and that's still hurting a lot. Tourism is still hurting a lot. So I think we're getting back on our feet, but it's definitely slow going. And as far as musicians and the music industry there, we have lost some people that have moved away, you know, and but I think one of the biggest things that has just been good for my heart is that there have been a lot of benefits that we've gotten to play and just to give back to the community that supports us. And that has just been a really rich time to be able to play those concerts.
I'm sure.
Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, and I know. I'm so sorry that you and everyone had to go through that. It's tough time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes you realize what's really important. I think there is a lot of upheaval, and I think it made me realize that I need to understand the infrastructure in my community a little better. You take clean water for granted until you don't have it. And just knowing our neighbors and taking care of each other, because sometimes you live in a remote area, or sometimes it's just the sheer need is so great that you need to be able to work with the people around you and come up with solutions, because sometimes it takes a long time for help to arrive. And so I think we are learning a lot about that. So.
Well, I would love it if you would play one more song for us before we take an intermission. Will you do that?
We would love to.
Thank you.
I'm going to play... Thank you, Martha, for having us. We're so excited to be here. I'm going to play the title track off of the album that we released last year. It's called Heavy on the Vine, and if... Thank you. If there's any Kate Wolf fans here, I took that title directly from one of her songs here in California. It's a beautiful song, so. But this song is kind of about experiencing loss and trying to find your way through it. So if you don't want to listen to that, it's a good time to get a beer.
Purses in pockets don't hold enough, not for what I want to buy. Scraping up change
Delightful. Hannah Kaminer and the Wistfuls. Yes. We're going to take a short intermission. There's a fabulous merch table out there. Miranda's there. And get yourself a drink. Enjoy the newly designed lobby, the swanky furniture, and we'll see you back here in a little bit. Welcome back to the second half of the Martha Bassett Show, featuring Hannah Kaminer and the Wistfuls, Simba Baumgartner and Adrien Marco, and Shay Martin Lovette. The band tonight is Daniel Faust, Sean Hickman, Sarah Howell, Drake Duffer, Russell Kelly, Rex McGee, Ben Singer, and me, Pat Lawrence. We have some special appearances by Krista Joe and Brady Reed. We'd like to give a big welcome to all of our listeners on WNCW 88.7 from Isothermal Community College in Spindale, North Carolina. We'd also like to thank our special show sponsor tonight, Radiation Sciences LLC. We know it sounds scary, but these folks partner with health professionals to gather accurate patient information to give you top-notch medical care with the latest in technology. Let's hear it for them. You can listen to us weekly on 88.5 WFDD. Follow the entire schedule, listen to past radio shows, and subscribe to our podcast at marthabassettshow.com. Now let's get back to the Reeves stage in beautiful downtown Elkin with Martha and the band on a David Byrne song.
Heaven knows what keeps me sunset. I took a drink from a jar, and into my head familiar smells and flavors. Vehicles are stuck on the plains of heaven. I've seen their wheels spinning round, and everywhere I can hear those people saying that the eye is the measure of the man. Fly from the stuff that spills around you. We're home, and the band keeps marching on, connecting to every living soul. Compassion for things I'll never know.
Thank you so much. Will you please welcome back Shay Martin Lovette?
Just a little high there. I'll get this thing figured out eventually. I want to give a shout out to my friend Aaron Balance back here on the steel. I say steel, I meant steels. He's got the pedal steel and the lap steel here. Yourself today for the very first time. Every color on your mind. You couldn't find a fear, couldn't feel your feet. Rain came for the flames in the eyes of your evergreens. That if hatred builds it up, surely love will break it down. You could change your neighbor's luck, help him rise from the ground. This life's a game, a chance, a hopeful draw. When you found me here, you changed it all. felt so new. Every so often the vision goes clear. True to form you reappear. The watercolor wind streaks the clouds in crimson paint. Yeah, you're grinning like a kid. Got your bag to the riverbank. You say if hatred builds it up, surely love will break it down. You could fill your neighbor's cup, help them rise from the ground. This life's a game of chance, a hopeful draw. When you found me here, you changed it all. Never felt so new. This life's a game of chance, a hopeful draw. When you found me here, you changed it all. Never felt so new. Never felt so new. All right, we're going to bring Martha and her killer band back out here. Such a treat. Lower this thing for me.
Shay, does this song have a story?
Not really. No, this is a song off my second record, Scatter and Gather, and it's just one song that when I was thinking about wanting to play with this amazing cast of characters, such a great band, it was the one I thought would just be super fun and to do. It's called Something Wild, and it's really just about kind of growing up and had a very I feel like growing up in this. Yeah, area, North Carolina, Western North Carolina. I had just an awesome childhood, and it's kind of about growing up, I guess. But.
About playing.
Yeah. Sorry. I gave that great intro, but I wasn't ready, y'all. Sorry.
That was the right thing to do because we can edit for radio.
Yeah, I just want to say it's just such an honor to be back up here on the Reeves and be here with a part of the Martha Bassett Show. It's
Thank you.
Such a beautiful thing that Martha's built here.
Thank you so much.
All right, now let's rock it.
All right.
We lay down on the turf askew, listen for the ones we knew. Love on sleeping, losing light, but there were songs in flight. way. Time took us down a well-worn path. You were built to break the mold. What a journey, jumping off each page to watch a life unfold. Found those voices in the treetops. Got away, we can't stop now. We'll see the summit at sunrise. Can't call you there, it all comes true. Something wild is guiding you all the way through. Tuned up that pain alone, sang it for the sweet unknown. Never said it was on a guarantee. We took uncertainty. When the good times had lost their grip and the wheels of the season set, we were digging up the dreams we hid. It's down home and crazy kids. Found those voices in the treetops. Got away, can't stop now. We'll see the summit at sunrise. Can't call you a lie, it all comes true. Something wild is guiding you all the way through. So many ways, many ways, yeah. Found those voices in the treetops. Got away, we can't stop now. We'll see the summit at sunrise. Can't call you a liar, it all comes true. Something wild is guiding you all the way through. All the way, all the way, all the way.
This is Shay Martin Lovette. Thanks so much, Shay.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Hugh Chatham Health. Hugh Chatham Health has provided health care to residents of the region since 1931 and includes a medical group of more than 70 providers across 25 locations in 4 counties. In July of this year, Hugh Chatham Health received the American Heart Association's Get With the Guidelines Stroke Gold Plus Quality Achievement Award for its commitment to stroke care. They also offer virtual care services 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Hugh Chatham Virtual Care allows you to access a healthcare provider at a time that is convenient for you. Would you please welcome back to the stage Hannah Kaminer and the Wistfuls?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, this is a mind-blowing show to be a part of. I think we're just really excited to be here. Thank you again for having us. We're going to play a couple more for you here. This is a song I wrote and is on my most recent album. And I grew up in church and have a lot of fond memories, a lot of complicated memories of that. And a couple years ago, I decided to try to write about some of it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the words. So when I did find the words, I was kind of ticked off that they came to me from a hymn. So that's what this song is. Wasn't long ago I knew a place to rest my head, soft hair on grizzled arms. Thought I saw a twinkle in those all-knowing eyes. You were holding on so tight. I was leaning on the everlasting arms, but I don't know where they went. Can't seem to find my way back to them. Rock of ages, how did you become cold and ardent face, blocking at the sun? Have I been talking to an echo of my mind? I'll get my thoughts back on the road between the lines. I was leaning on the everlasting arms, but I don't know where they went. Can't seem to find my way back to them. You can walk me back inside to where it all began. Tell me just how great it was right before it went to shit. You can walk around an empty garden for a while, still know nothing about who abandoned it. I was leaning on the everlasting arms, but I don't know where they went. Can't seem to find my way back to them. Your love's a riddle, like a parsnip, like pretty blood, like kissing stone lips. Your love's a bargain, but a hard one. I've played all my chips. Can't stand your bait and switch. 'Cause I was leaning on the everlasting arms, but I don't know where they went. Can't seem to find my way back to them. Wasn't long ago I knew a place to rest my head, soft hair on grizzled arms. Thank you so much. As I said, it was, I think anybody who grows up Christian in the South knows that it can be complicated, and also knows that there is no potluck like the Southern Baptist potluck. And I still feel complicated about it, so hope that sets all right. This is a song that I wrote about some dear friends of mine, and they welcomed me into their home and told me that there was nothing I could do to make them stop loving me. And that was a big transformational experience in my life, and I wrote it into a song. You could also think of this as a love song for accountants. It's called The Ledger.
Duty and respect, and I
Y'all, please put your hands together again for Hannah Kaminer and the Wistfuls. That was awesome, you guys. Thank you. Okay. You might notice we have a new person in our house band tonight. This is Drake Duffer. So Drake has been a featured artist on this show twice, once under his name and once with his duo Early Grey. So we're happy that he could join us tonight. Drake Duffer. I would like to sing a song for you that's from a musical, a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical called South Pacific from 1949. Here we go.
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late. Before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
Thank you so much.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Explore Elkin, your one-stop travel source for the Yadkin Valley and beyond. If you're looking for hometown charm, historic landmarks, Main Street shopping, and fine dining, come stay a while in downtown Elkin. Elkin is a small town with a big community, so whether it's downtown events, music, hiking, or just paddling the Blue Water Trail, let Explore Elkin help you find your trail. You can learn more on Facebook or at exploreelkin.com. Support for the Martha Bassett Show also comes from these fine downtown Elkin businesses: Mountain High Metals, the Elk Pharmacy, Yoga on Main, Coley Hall at the Liberty, Angry Troll Brewing, and Yadkin Valley Quilts. We'd like to thank the Piedmont Hot Club for bringing us these next two guests on the stage. Let's give them a big Elkin, a big North Carolina, a big United States welcome, all the way from France, Simba Baumgartner and Adrien Marco.
Thanks very much. This tune was is from Oscar Peterson, the great Oscar Peterson. One of these guys, you know, it's being a big influence for us. As you see, my accent didn't change since the first set. So, and we will continue with a tune called Shadow of Your Smile, The Shadow of Your Smile. In French, l'ombre de ton sourire. It's better in English.
Put your hands together for Adrien and Simba. Okay, so you guys flew in just Monday from Paris? Is that right? Yes. Oh, yes, you have a microphone.
With this is better, sorry.
So you just got to Winston-Salem, or you flew into Raleigh?
Yes.
Okay.
We swim from France and we arrived here. The normal things, you know.
So how do you like North Carolina?
Beautiful.
Beautiful?
Beautiful.
We think so too.
To be honest, it's exactly what I was thinking about this region, you know, for the trees, the colors also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks also for your welcome and your warm also. In this region, there is this, so.
I hear you've been enjoying the food.
Always. My body doesn't say the truth, but I really love to eat.
So you kind of hit the ground running. You played at Sika last night.
Yep.
Tonight here. Tomorrow night at Charlotte's Blumenthal Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
Yeah, so please tell your friends. And Saturday night, Carborough Django Reinhardt Festival.
Yes.
Yeah, so please spread the word. And these guys are here because Brad Kokendorfer of the Piedmont Hot Club has been meeting these folks. He keeps going over to Europe and taking lessons from people like this, and he's a great guitar player himself. And so we're pretty excited about that. But you can go to PiedmontHotClub.com and get the schedule of everything that I just told you about these guys and upcoming artists that Brad is going to be bringing to the U.S. as well. So thank you guys so very much for being
Thanks
here.
Thanks to you.
Will you do a couple more songs for us?
Yes, with pleasure.
Okay, all right.
So now we will play a tune, a composition from Django Reinhardt. Thanks, that's great, now I can see there. It's important, we need for the energy, for the vibe, you know. So the composition is from Django Reinhardt, the great Django Reinhardt, of course, and the name is Django's Tiger. Do you think he had a tiger at home? Est-ce que tu penses qu'il avait un tigre à la maison? No. No, he said no. So, okay, Django's Tiger, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. We will finish this. My goal is to finish my sentence first. It will come, it will. It was Django's Tiger, and we will finish with a last tune, which is called Beautiful Tune, if I remember well, was made by Gershwin. If someone knows well the author of the jazz, say it to me if I do a mistake. It's Gershwin, The Man I Love? Yes? Thanks, sir. only one guy is helping to me. Many thanks. It was a great honor to be with you tonight and with all these great musicians. So many thanks. Thanks very much. Two things, and after I let you listen to music, because it was your goal. We have some CDs tonight, so they are there. Follow my finger, this. Like Elvis Presley. So, there. And my great friend, great pleasure to me to play with him, Sir Simba Baumgartner, Monsieur Simba Baumgartner, s'il vous plaît.
Lazy Don Jungleman, Adrien Marco en guitare.
Simba Baumgartner, and Adrien Marker. Wow. I hope you guys have had as much fun tonight as me. Will you please put your hands together again for Hannah, Kaminer, and the Wistfuls. For Shay, Martin, Lovette. Simba Baumgartner and Adrien Marco. And our awesome house band. All right, we've got one more song for you, and thank you. There's so many new people here tonight. Thank you so much for spending your Thursday night with us. I really, really hope you'll come back and tell your friends. We want to see you every time. Thank you to the Reeves for hosting this party. And here we go. Are we ready?
But that's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do.
Simba.
Thank you all for tuning in and to our beautiful live audience. Let's hear it for Hannah, Kaminer, and the Wistfuls, Simba Baumgartner and Adrien Marco, and Shay, Martin Lovette. How about our fearless leader, Martha Bassett? video broadcast. Bevan Dyer managed the stage, and Miranda Carr sold the merch. Thanks for staying a little long with us. Come back and see us. It's the Martha Bassett Show. Come chat with us in the lobby.